if your man want to go off.
Oh, Lord, what's the question?
Welcome back to the Lions Den. We're back with another public interview in Charlotte. It's your boy Jeremy. You know it's your boy.
What's up, guys? Your boy City Love keeps happening every day of the week.
We're gonna start off with the question: do you think that gender roles still exist? And if so, what are they?
Absolutely, they exist.
They
exist if you want them to exist. That's why you have to talk about it beforehand. Because I can't be like, oh, this is my girlfriend, and then we just go. That's how problems like occurs. Like, I need you to do this for me. You know what I'm saying? I need you to cook, clean. You take care of the house. You know what I'm saying? I'll take care of everything else, and vice versa. Like, that has to be set beforehand. You know, because that's how problems occur.
Okay.
When I think of that, I'm thinking like of my parents and what they had me do versus my brother growing up. So like, he didn't wash any dishes, he didn't wash any clothes, I didn't take out the trash, stuff like that. So like she said, it's up to the people that communicate it.
I wouldn't say that there's defined gender roles anymore. I think it's based by your relationship and the conversations that you have within your relationship with your partner.
Yes.
I can agree with that, but at the same time, if I don't gotta take out the trash, pump gas, go get my oil change, I don't wanna do none of that stuff. But I will. And if my man was busy or if he had some other obligations and I had to, I wouldn't be like, oh no, I can't.
Yeah.
But some things I would expect like my man to do still. But as far as like, you know, taking care of the kids and doing stuff around the house, like I feel like that should be like an equal thing, like 50-50. Like we both should share in like a lot of the home taking care of and the kids and the raising the family aspect.
It's a partnership.
Yeah, I think that's a partnership.
Everyone has a different mindset. So I think that there's some gender roles where there's providers and then women that want to be stay-at-home moms or whatever it is. I think that depends on the couple. Everything changes, so I think it can't be judgmental because it works differently for everyone. So I just think we shouldn't be set on one type of situation that works differently for her. That's my personal opinion on gender.
Yeah, I would have to agree. I think gender roles is what you make it as a relationship. I think, however, I do think there are some things that men should do that, you know, roles that men should take.
As a man, like, me personally, right, I think like you should teach your woman to understand the hustle. Like it's almost like an 80-20. You feel what I'm saying? Because you don't want her to get lazy. You want to handle business, but you need her to follow your lead though. You get what I'm saying? Like you need her to show you like you need to be able to show her the way. Like that's how I feel about it.
That's my boy. All right, hey, we're gonna block this, get a picture real quick. I'll be back.
Huh? Hey, bro right here crazy. You hear me? Hey, bro right here crazy. We doing the podcast, he just started doing a whole...
Resume back to that, bro, because you was spending some game on it, so going to it, we was on you, so...
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
All right, so the thing is, like, we do supposed to do everything.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, but at the same time, it's like, she has to do something because you don't want her to be lazy. Like, you need her to understand, like, the significant points of the hustle. Like if I don't work, I don't eat type shit. So if you allow her to sit down, then that means she's not learning that if you don't work, you don't eat. You get what I'm saying? So you're gonna eventually run into a problem because, you know, it's millionaires who run into money problems. So if you taking care of somebody all the time and they ain't understanding the hustle, you gonna run into a problem. So I think it's more like an 80-20 thing. Like you should do as a man and do what you gotta do, but you need to teach your woman to hustle, so she has to be in that 20% to learn to hustle. You get what I'm saying?
Okay.
Yeah, he pretty much wrapped that up.
Oh yeah, straight agree. Any add-ons?
Yeah, I believe like animals. You pay attention to animals and y'all talk with the lions then. Even with the lions, you know what I'm saying? The female lion, she gonna go out and get her food. She still, you know what I'm saying? So that means you gotta get off, like my brother said. We all gotta get off our ass, you know what I'm saying? And one day, you know what I'm saying? The man, you don't know what might happen. The man can die.
Oftentimes, we're gonna talk about expectations. Like some do, some don't, some are fearful, some are open with it. What are some expectations in your quote-unquote gender role for your spouse or for yourself?
Expectations?
Yeah.
I think if my man, like, if if he sees a need, I will expect him to try to meet that need. So whatever that may be. So if it's like, I'm struggling to do something, or if I call and say, hey, I got a flat tire, like I expect him to be like, okay, well, what do you need? Where you at? Let me get that done for you. So anything that like helps me out, and the same for him. So it's like if there's something that he needs, like he's struggling with a certain aspect, getting things done, or cooking, buying groceries, whatever it is, like I feel like we will meet each other where we're at. And I feel like that would change as the relationship changes too. Like depending on where you're in life, depending on your career, the kids, like all of that would change as like the relationship progresses. So I don't think it's like a stagnant thing either. I think it like changes as you grow with each other.
Yeah, I would say the same thing because I feel like I'm coming into a relationship as a whole person. So I'm not looking for somebody to complete me. I'm looking for like somebody that knows how to just fill in the blank spaces when I might need you to be there. So yeah, there's not a set list of expectations. It's just like, how can we help each other in different situations? And that's good. Yeah, that's why you have to pick the right partner, because you have to flow together. Life is not always gonna be the same.
So growing up, did y'all feel any pressures with who y'all are and that you need to execute a certain way due to your gender?
100%. I'll say for me, I'm 35. I'm single. I don't have kids yet. And not married. So it's like the pressure of all that is on me, because I feel like our parents were like 23, 24, 25, already doing this. So I feel like for me, it's the pressure of like, why you haven't done it yet? I think that our generation, we expect more, we want more, we're going to be in a certain place before we have that done. So I do feel like in my coming up, I do think that was the pressure for me personally as a woman.
I don't really call it pressure. I would call it more so like responsibility. I feel like there's a responsibility, like sometimes as black people, like we gotta realize we have a social responsibility. And then like, even with that, on top of that, I feel like men have a social responsibility. Like if I see a young brother doing something, I'm gonna talk to him. I'm gonna try to mentor him and tell him something. I feel like that's a responsibility that we have to have as black people. So I don't really call it pressure. I think it's more so just a responsibility that we have to have to each one teach one kind of thing.
But you don't feel like it's a pressure from when we were younger, like expectation I should be doing at this age?
Yeah, I mean, of course. When I was younger, my mom's like, yo, you see a woman, you gonna hold the door. You see anybody, you gonna hold the door. Like, I mean, I wouldn't call it a pressure. I just feel like it's more so something that you have to do. It's like an innate responsibility that you have to do.
Yeah, you inherit that.
Yeah,
that makes sense. Yeah.
People go with parents and manners. Manners.
Oh, that's real. That's real. If you did feel a pressure about just being a man, growing up as a man, what were some of them pressures?
Oh yeah, shit. I was taking the trash out as soon as I could walk.
Okay.
Yeah.
10-4.
You know what I'm saying? I ain't play that.
10-4.
You can wash dishes as soon as you can goddamn handle the dish. You feel me?
Hey, on that question, it really depends on how you raised. You know what I'm saying? Because I know I hear a lot of people say, you know what I'm saying, single parent, homes be soft or whatnot. Well, my mama was older. There wasn't no soft shit going on in my house. You know what I'm saying? Like, my mama was the mama and the dad. But at the same time, she took, when it's time for me to be around a man, she made sure I got the right man, you know what I'm saying, the right man around me that gave me the knowledge. You know what I'm saying? She wasn't anybody. You know what I'm saying? Because she didn't have anybody around me, you know what I'm saying? It wasn't no soft shit, like, because my mom was a female. And I hate when single parents say that, like, nah, my mama ain't played it.
Yeah, for real. I
You gotta get a mic, bro.
I grew up with my dad, did everything though. Like, when I come in the house, it was like a routine. Like, we played sports. So, I gotta come in the house. He made me sit down and do my homework. Right after I sit down and do my homework, I clean up. Right after I clean up, I take the stuff that I'm supposed to take to get me ready for football. And it's like, he actually did all the cleaning. He cooked us food and shit like that. So it's like, I grew up with my dad, did everything. Like, you know what I'm saying?
You ever found yourself either acting or just being influenced outside of your gender role that you quote unquote to your gender role?
I feel like, yes, in my early 20s when I was dating, because I didn't really know who I was yet. And I feel like when you're younger and you're dating, you're just like trying to fit a mold that everybody tells you to fit. And you're not necessarily thinking about, I have to adjust to this person that I'm with. Everybody's different. Everybody has different needs, different love languages. So I feel like now that I'm a little bit more mature in my relationships, I think of it from a different viewpoint. But I've definitely tried to like just fit as one person, like the perfect girlfriend or wifey type. Yeah. But it's not one thing that you can fit the mold for.
For sure. And so to add on to that, I would love to know, growing up as, two ladies, Have you ever felt pressure on a gender role or a gender assignment? Is there been anything that being a woman you felt pressure to perform in a certain way? And if so, like what was it that gave you that pressure? What was it that made you feel pressure?
I would say my parents are very traditional. Okay. So my mom, she cooks, she cleans, she brings my dad the plate. My dad, I don't think I've ever seen my dad cook. My dad don't cook. He don't make his own plate. But like all the stuff that, you know, the typical man roles, she doesn't do anything with the car. She doesn't do anything with the lawn. So that, like in my early 20s, I was like, okay, well, I'm supposed to be like the one that's like doing all the cooking and taking care of the man. And then he does like the man things. But as I got older, like, what's that? Yeah. Take care of things around the house. I don't feel like, you know, I think the old traditional ways are kind of like old and dead because we both have like careers, we both have other things we got going on. So, like she said, we meet each other where we're at. Yeah.
Have you ever found yourself ever portraying or acting in a certain gender role?
Yes. Hard out here for a pimp.
You know it's hard out here for a pimp when he trying to get this money for the rent.
Like the first question you asked, are there gender roles?
Right.
I found myself in a relationship where I didn't specify what I wanted my man to do. So I end up being the one taking care of him, essentially. You know what I'm saying? Like he was doing what he could, but sometimes your best ain't good enough for a person. Sometimes people have already maxed that out. So that's why you have to specify every time what I need from you, what I want from you. If you can't do that, no hard feelings. I wish you the best. Bless you, get stuck.
Oh wow.
It's real.
My parents been together since middle school, so I grew up like in the same house. I mean, it still had its challenges. Communication was terrible. But what I learned, like you saying, is like there were certain roles that I watched my dad do that naturally I fell into. But now as a man, I'm like, okay, maybe some of this stuff wasn't right. You know, like every gender role, every role ain't a healthy role. So my next question is like, what is certain gender roles or dynamics of a family that you would bring into your family? If you have one, if you're trying to plan with that.
I feel like maybe just a stereotypical like homemaker role, because I do really value that. I love to like cook and have a meal waiting on the table for my family, stuff like that. I mean, I can clean, I can do all of it. Do I necessarily want to all the time? No, but I would like to uphold those type of gender roles where it's like, okay, mom is gonna make Christmas dinner or Thanksgiving dinner, and I'm gonna be the host where I invite all my family members over and stuff like that.
I still want to take care of my family, like she said, like my kids and my man. Like I still want to have hot meals on the table, you know, multiple times a week. I still want to make lunch pack. My kids are good. Like I still want to do all the things to make sure my family knows that I care for them. You know, show them I love them before they leave the house.
What is some dynamics that you may have seen in your family that's like influenced the way that your gender role is today?
I think so. Like as far as being like a protector, I feel like a protector is like a dual role. However, I think it shows up differently whether you're the man or the woman, or you're the more dominant or masculine or feminine person in the relationship. And I also feel like it can switch too. So it's not something that's like, you know, just one person does this, it's a duality. You know, sometimes I'll be at dinner with my girl and she'll be like, nah, he don't want that. You know, like that's a dominant or masculine role. Whereas other times, like if somebody brushes us by or somebody pushes us by, like, I'm like, nah, move my lady out the way. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I agree. I agree with the protection part because it could be 50-50. It's like sometimes the guy may not want to speak up in certain cases where they don't care as much. But I do think financially too, that's the biggest argument where girls feel like it should be on the guy more than the girl. It all comes into the couple. You do have to have that agreement. So that's my personal opinion. It just depends on the relationship. So yeah.
That's real. And so closing out this, in y'all's perspectives, in the time and age that we're in now, do you believe that there is a thing of a traditional family and then a non-traditional family, and like what's a characteristic that comes with that? Or is just family? I
think family is family. I don't think there is a traditional family anymore, especially now that it's more accepted to love is love. Like we have interracial relationships. We have different genders that are getting married. We have gay marriage. Like I feel like you can't just look at, what do they call it? Like the, I forgot the word for traditional family, the nuclear family or something like that. That just doesn't exist anymore in 2025. So you can't just look at somebody and be like, this is what a family's supposed to be.
I agree.
Agree with that.
Traditional versus non-traditional. I'm thinking of two-parent, single-parent households, personally. Yeah, that's all I guess.
Okay.
Yeah, traditional, not traditional, they definitely exist. Like, but that's like beauty is in the eye of the beholder type thing. That's all about how you think about it. But my traditional is different from your traditional, from her traditional. You know what I'm saying? Because my traditional, I grew up with a single father, so that's what I know. But her traditional, she had both her parents in the household. You know what I'm saying? That's not traditional for me. Sound good, but it ain't happening. You know what I'm saying? So it's about how you. It's opinion. Everything's opinionated. You know, like it's whatever you want your truth to be. Like me personally, I want my kids to grow up in a two-parent household. I want them to have the luxury of both, like that firm, hard discipline versus that caring nature and loving. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you try and get both sides from one parent, and it just don't happen like that. Sometimes people can't offer you that. You know what I'm saying? But you try and make that person your everything, and everybody can't be everything. People got their good nicks and knacks that they're good at.
Yes, there is traditional and non-traditional. I feel like it's more so like the values. Honestly, to be honest, when I hear traditional, I think mostly finances.
Yes,
To be honest, I ain't gonna lie to you. I think mostly finances. Like traditional man takes care of everything financially.
household finance.
Right. So I don't know. That's what I feel like when it comes to traditional. But you have other traditional values like, you know, the man leads a household. Like the man drives everywhere. Like the man, you know what I'm saying, picks everybody up. Like you have traditional values like that too, that I feel like are not as important. But mostly when I think about traditional, I think about financial. Yeah, I think about financial. And for you, you agree? Same
I
thing?
totally agree. Like I think like when we talk about those kind of like traditional, I think it's more so like, are we literally talking 50-50 or are we talking like the man's taking most of the bills and the woman's stay-at-home mom or stay-at-home girlfriend? So it's like for me, it's like I said, whatever relationship, whatever you want to do, whatever works.
But going into like this last question, we wrapped up. Glad you asked that question last. Are there any learned or unlearned roles that you learned from your own family dynamics that you would, if you want to have a family, or that you could bring into that family dynamic?
I think for me personally, I think it's like a team. I think that we've lost the concept of being a partnership and being an actual team when it comes to things. I think that we put one burden or a heavy burden on one partner, not the other. So I think for me, I've learned, especially with my parents, like it's a partnership. It's like if you pick up where I left off, like, and it may change in seasons. Like maybe this year you got it. Maybe this year I maybe not have it emotionally, financially, you know, all that kind of stuff. So I think I've learned that it may be a compromise and that each year, and then we have to share. So that's the only thing I've learned when it comes to, you know, roles.
We grew up like that. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, 2025, you just gotta build your family how you want that.
Even when I was growing up, this one, you feel what I'm saying? Like, I don't think the living was like, I ain't gonna call it a traditional household. You feel what I'm saying? Like, not like how grandma and granddaddy was. Like, we still had to go to grandma and granddaddy type shit. You know, church. Like, so it's like, I don't necessarily think we grew up in a traditional way. I think like things were kind of like, you know, switching over from the traditional way to me. Like some of us still got those old-fashioned whoopings and the discipline, but like as far as the household being a traditional household, like nah.
Done for.
Yeah, that shit done for.
10-4.